With us flying through the year at a rapid pace, we are now entering August, and this is where game releases are starting to ramp up into the holiday season. Game Pass has some fantastic day one titles scheduled for the release for the remainder of 2023, and August certainly has some amazing titles that you need to keep your eye on. Today we will be covering 9 brand new games arriving into Game Pass for the month of August, with over half of these being day one releases straight onto Xbox. My name is Fletcher, this is Xbox Nation, and let's dive straight into the games. First up, we have the fantastic and hard-hitting platformer adventure known as Celeste. This is an absolutely phenomenal platformer where players will help Madeline survive her inner demons on her journey to the top of Celeste Mountain. This game is so highly rated and gameplay-wise is a super tight platformer with a very powerful message. You will have to brave hundreds of handcrafted challenges, uncover devious secrets, and piece together the mystery of the mountain whilst going through emotional struggle. Upon playing this game myself, I now know why it's so highly regarded in the gaming community, and it's really clear to see why. This game is available right now on Game Pass for console, cloud, and PC, and I recommend you play it right now if you haven't done so already. Now, a game that joined Game Pass on the 3rd of August is a game that I will always highly recommend from my time playing it on Switch, and that is A Short Hike. A Short Hike is a prime example of why I love indie games just so much. It is a true landmark that proves how effective minimalistic narrative and gameplay can be. This game is entertaining and inspiring on multiple levels thanks to its touching story, beautiful imagery, and meticulous production values. This game is currently one of the highest rated games on Steam, beating out even Portal by a percentage of positive reviews, so definitely put it on your radar as a game you must try out this year. Broforce has been available for some while now on Xbox and has always been highly regarded as a fantastic platforming shooter. Now, Game Pass members can experience this manic experience in Broforce Forever, which arrived onto Game Pass only a few days ago. Broforce Forever is a heart-pumping, frantic platforming shooter that will rarely allow you to take a breather. It tells the tale of evil threatening the world, prompting the overpowering Broforce squad into rolling in and bearing arms. You can play this game with up to 4 players in either local or online co-op, and Broforce will have you shouting in glee as you blow up yet another enemy soldier with all manners of devastating weaponry. Think of things like an even more macho Contra, and you are getting the picture. It is well worth giving a play, even if you tried it years ago back in 2015. One game arriving back onto the service is an absolute classic known as Limbo. Even after all of these years, Limbo is still one of the greatest indie games of all time. It's really hard to classify this game. It's a platformer, but it will rarely require good timing. It's a puzzle game, but you won't spend hours trying to figure out solutions. It's a horror game, but there's no blood, no jump scare, not even a fear or just a disturbing atmosphere. It's just such a weird game, and it's just such a great experience. I certainly wouldn't recommend this game if someone asked me to suggest either a platformer or a puzzle game or a horror game, but for someone asking for something new and looking for a game with a peculiar atmosphere, I wouldn't hesitate recommend this game for a second. Play this game right now on Game Pass, as you're missing out on one of gaming's biggest hits. This next game is one that has always intrigued me, as it's a new take on a city builder by staging everything in the sky. Airborne Kingdom lets you create your own flying kingdom and lead it on a quest across an expansive world. You will get to explore the varied landscape, building up a floating metropolis, aid struggling people below, uncover lost secrets, and ultimately bring back the Airborne Kingdom legend. This game is pretty highly rated by gamers since its inception, by including some very unique mechanics such as tilting and lifting your world and combining city builders but with resource management systems. It's a very strange concept, but it certainly works incredibly well, and the devs did absolute wonders. You can check it out right now on Game Pass for console, cloud, and PC. Now, a game that I have mentioned in previous videos that I'm incredibly excited to finally see arriving onto Game Pass for the Xbox Series consoles is the stunning and fast-paced roguelike space battler known as EVERSPACE 2. This game is a fast-paced single-player spaceship shooter with worthwhile exploration in space and on planets, tons of loot, RPG elements, mining, and crafting. From the game's initial release on PC Game Pass, we got to experience a thoughtful sci-fi story set in a vivid handcrafted open world full of secrets, puzzles, and perils. This year is certainly great for gaming, and this game is again one of those games that you certainly do not want to miss. With its excellent fighting and gorgeous open world design, it really stands above a lot of others in the same genre. It comes to Game Pass for Xbox Series consoles and the cloud on August 15th. If you're like me, then this next game is one that you would already be high on your list of games to play this year, and we are finally getting closer to that release date. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is finally coming day one onto Game Pass on the 18th of August and is shaping up to be a very unique and thrilling multiplayer horror game. This game is similar in vein to Dead by Daylight, but instead of one killer, players are now stacked against the 3 terrifying family members in a bid to escape. The game is developed by Gunn, who previously made the Friday the 13th game, and that certainly garnered a very good cult following. I know that the JRPG lovers out there are extremely excited for this next title, and that is the beautiful and gorgeous looking Sea of Stars. This is a turn-based RPG heavily inspired by the classic games of old back in the 90s and early 2000s. It tells the story of 2 children of the Celeste who will combine the powers of the sun and moon to perform eclipse magic. The developers are aiming to modernize the classic RPG in terms of turn-based combat, storytelling, exploration and interactions with the environment, while still offering a hearty slice of nostalgia and good old simple fun. It looks fantastic from what we have seen so far, and it arrives day one onto Game Pass on the 29th of August. And if you can't wait until then, there is a demo that you can play right now and download on the Xbox Store. Well, one surprise that came out of the blue from QuakeCon and dropped onto Game Pass the same day is Quake II Remastered. You get a lot of content in this remaster, and the package includes the following: the game's original campaign, both previously released expansions, Quake II 64, and a brand new campaign called Call of the Machine with 28 levels developed by Machine Games, who are the team behind the recent Wolfenstein games. There are several additional tweaks and enhancements, but it's not a total overhaul or a ground up remake by any stretch. Most of the assets are the same, but the game now supports 4K, cloud saves, and cross-platform play, among other modern standards. This is a great addition for Game Pass, and even if you decide the game at the low price of $10 or £8 in the UK, it's certainly worth a play. What Game Pass game are you enjoying this month? Let me know in the comments below, and whilst down there, consider subscribing for more Xbox content every single day. Why don't you check out this video on screen right now of the best day one games arriving onto Game Pass in 2023.